Hello, I'm Kylie Savidge Psychic, and this is a meditation to assist and support you to understand your psychic senses, also commonly known as the clairs. So I want for you to just take a moment, and it's best if you do this sitting upright in a chair, comfortably supported, uncrossing all of your arms and legs. But if you want to, you could also lay down and do this meditation that way. So just make sure that you're going to be able to relax and feel comfortable for about the next 10 minutes or so. And remembering that comfort is key, I want for you to start settling down into your body, feeling more and more connected. Start to notice your breath coming in through your nose and going out through your mouth. Shoulders coming away down from your ears. And every breath is just allowing you to relax a little more deeply. Breathing in, breathing out. And make your next breath a little deeper. Take it all the way down into your belly. Breathing in through your nose. Feeling the belly expand and inflate. And holding and releasing down out of your mouth with a sigh. Let's do that again. In through the nose, right down into the belly. Filling up that space, holding and exhaling with a sigh. Just feeling all of the tensions and tightness in your body melt away. One more nice deep breath in through the nose. Down deep into the belly, holding and releasing, letting go. Now I just want for your breath to return to its natural, normal manner. And just breathe in and out of your nose. Taking this time just for you to feel so relaxed. Letting all of your cares and worries just slip away. And knowing that if it's anything important, it'll be there for you after this. And you can just feel into this space. Feel into your own presence, your own mind, your own body, your own spirit, right here, right now. Let the wholeness of your being arrive in this moment. And if at any time you need to, just put your attention back on the breath. In through your nose, feeling the coolness of that air as it goes in. And exhaling through the nose, feeling the warmth as it leaves your body. Relaxing down further, further into the space, sinking, letting go of your body as your body lets go of you. And I want for you to imagine that you shrink down, down, down until you're a tiny, tiny being. And you come right from inside yourself up into the space between your eyebrows. That's your third eye chakra, the center for your psychic vision and your intuition. And you notice that you're in this space and a tiny pinprick of light starts to glow in front of you. And it becomes brighter and brighter until it outlines the shape of a door. You can see that light reaching around that shape of the door. When you're ready, I want for you to open that door and go on through. And as you go on through the door, you're in this beautiful tunnel of bright white light. You're feeling very, very safe and secure. And you start to notice that you're walking on a pathway of light and it's taking you up higher and higher, drawing you up. And you're feeling very safe and magnetically pulled higher and higher up into space. And you feel like you're now in a large space, and you start to notice that underneath you there's a beautiful soft red carpet. And as you look around you, you notice that you're in a movie theatre. You have the whole theatre just to yourself. And you go on ahead and you pick a nice comfy chair to sit in. A really relaxing big armchair. And you get comfortable and you look at the screen. And as the curtains roll back and as the light starts emanating on the screen, you start to put your focus there and you recall a movie that you know very, very well. It's a movie you've watched over and over again. It's one of your very favourites. You know the dialogue, you know the characters, you know the scenes, the settings, you know the story and how it unfolds. You know how you feel when you watch this movie and you are drawn to watch it again and again and again. You could tell someone everything that happens in this movie. It's so familiar to you. So just watch the title and the opening credits come up and relax into that chair and watch your favourite movie. And as the scenes unfold, you notice the detail with which you can recall each and every frame of that movie. You can see the characters' faces. You can see the settings. Where are they? What are they doing? What can you see through their eyes? What are the environments like? The buildings? Is there a forest? An ocean? Feel free to skip ahead to any of the parts of the movie that really draw you in and that you know really well. And just notice, what are people wearing? What are the sights in that movie? What are the scenes where the colours are so vivid? Where are the places that movie takes you to? Mountains, waterfalls, jungles, flying in an aeroplane, sumptuous palaces, or comfortable rooms. Note everything you can see, lovely objects, beautiful places, gorgeous plants, animals, and bring one image up sharply and pause the screen and take note of everything you can see. Are you seeing a character in the movie? Can you draw the sharpness in so that you only see them and you blur out the background? Just hold this image in your mind's eye using your imagination and your memory. There's a character, notice their eyelashes, their eyebrows, the freckles on their face, their teeth, their lips, their wrinkles, their hair. What are the colours, the shapes, the lines, the light, the shadow? Bring into sharp focus everything you can see in this one image. Breathe that in and press play. Now I want for you to listen for the music. What's the soundtrack that goes along with this movie? Does it draw you in? You imagine watching that movie without the soundtrack, how different it is. Because the music lets you know how to feel, what's going to happen next, how intense is this scene. What's that music? Is it piano? Is it guitar? Is it heavy metal? Is it light, contemplative, beautiful music? Is it baroque? Is it orchestral? Is it somebody singing? What can you hear? And is it the music that really draws you in? You can't think of this movie without remembering the sounds, the songs, that particular specific soundtrack for that movie. How does that music make you feel? Now, I want for you to feel into your body. When you're watching this movie, how do you feel in the body? What are the emotions that come to the fore? What can you sense? Do you embody the characters? Do you resonate and identify with one character more than the other? If there are animals, can you feel like you are that animal, galloping across a hill, flying across the sky, marching along a street, or coming to sit beside your owner and rubbing yourself against their leg? What are the sounds you can make as an animal? How does your body feel? Feel into all the feelings and sensations in your body when you watch this movie. Does it raise your vibration up? What does that feel like? Do you feel ecstatic, excited? Or do you feel deeply sad when something sad happens in the movie? Trust the emotions that come up for you and think about where you feel them in your body, in your chest, in your belly, in your head, in your heart. Now I want for you to think about what something tastes like. Is there a scene where people are having a sumptuous feast or sipping wine in a vineyard? What do things taste like? As the characters explore all of their senses, I want for you to imagine that you are exploring all of your senses too. What about the story that's unfolding? Is it the story that's important to you? Do you think about these characters after you've stopped the movie? Do you wonder where they are now? Do you wonder about their relationships, the depth of their character? What is it about the story that really moves you, that resonates most deeply with you, that you feel inspired by? And is it the story that is the most important? If there was no music, if you couldn't see these characters, would you read this script and feel as moved? What's the meaning in this movie? And does that really draw you out and attract you to this movie? And what is it that you already know about this movie? Does it make you sort of have a deja vu moment? You feel like you know these characters and you know what would be next for them, and you know what was in the hearts of the creators when they made this movie, what the actors were thinking. What is it you know about this movie deeply within yourself? Do you feel like you lived this story before, or you've played out some of the scenes in your own life, and intuitively you understand the message of this movie and what that means for all of us? Can you see life's great unfolding? Deep in your intuition, do you really know where the idea for this movie came from? Do you really understand these characters? Do you understand how this magic happened, how all the pieces came together? You just know it. And how, if you were to make a movie of your own, how these things would influence you, how they would connect to whatever it is you would create. And just breathing that in. I want for you to think about some questions I'm going to ask you. Just let the movie play out on the screen. It's so familiar to you. You can just watch it unfold. I want for you to think about what parts of these movies, the soundtrack, the scenery, the tastes, the sights, the smells, the things you know and understand about the movie, what resonates with you the most? When you take in this movie, what senses are most deeply activated within you. And what are you most attracted to and drawn to in this movie? Is it that story? Is it the characters? Is it the scenery? Is it the environments, the places they visit? Is it the humour? Is it the intelligence? Is it just the pure magic of how all these pieces come together? And what do you find is most important? What's having the greatest impact on you? You love this movie, it's your favourite. You watch it again and again and again. Even when you know everything that's going to happen, you're still drawing more meaning from it. So, what's the most important part for you? And I want for you to think about your senses. As you watch the movie, can you sharpen the images? Can you bring the intensity and the colour up? Can you dial it as if you had a switch in your hand? Dial it right back to black and white. Can you raise the volume? Can you make it louder, make it softer, play with the bass and the treble so that you hear the people talking the most or you hear the music the most? Just have a play around. I want for you to think about how you perceive this movie, how you take it in. And notice what senses it's most difficult to connect with. When you saw the characters having a meal, could you imagine the taste of that food? Or did you find it difficult to hear, to play around with that soundtrack, or difficult to see? What senses are open and easily accessible to you, and what ones are not? What's softer? What do you have to reach for more? I want for you to understand that all of your psychic abilities, your psychic senses, they mirror your physical material ones. So just as you can see with your physical sense of sight, you can also see with your psychic sight, your clairvoyance. You can hear with the physical sense of hearing, and you can hear with your psychic sense of hearing, your clairaudience. You can feel with your sense of touch, and you can feel with your sense of clairsentience. You can taste with your physical sense of taste, and you can taste with your psychic sense of taste. You can smell with your physical sense of smell and also your psychic sense of psychic smelling. And these things blend. Sometimes it's difficult to delineate between one sense and another because they integrate and they work together to build up a picture of the thing that you'd like to understand or perceive in front of you that you're experiencing. So this exercise is not to get you caught up on one sense or another, but just to allow you to experience them. And you can come back to this again and again. When you're thinking about the movie, if it was the story that resonated the most for you, you were most invested in, you might be claircognizant. And your intuition, your knowing might have been most activated, knowing what was going to happen before it was going to happen. Understanding and knowing these characters really deeply. That's your intuition being activated, and you're understanding and taking in everything you're sensing and processing it through your inner knowing, through your connection to all wisdom, all knowledge, and all of yourself. You might call these senses your soul senses. Whatever you would like to label them as, that's okay. You'll probably find that one or two of these senses are stronger than the others, but you can develop those other ones as well. I want for you to know that you can integrate these senses, that they can more deeply resonate with you as you come to accept them. And I want for you to just take one last look at that movie on the screen and notice the theatre all around you where you are, and breathe in this experience. Let it rest in your memory, in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. And I want for you to press stop on the movie, and the curtains roll back and the lights dim. And you find yourself moving out of the movie theatre and coming back down, down, down into your body, being drawn back down, going back through that door and shutting it behind you, and seeing yourself there behind your eyebrows and growing bigger, bigger and bigger until you fill up the whole of your body once again. And I want for you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just sigh it out. Feel the groundedness, the connection with your mind, body, spirit once again. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you can wiggle your fingers and toes and come back to full awareness, knowing that you can keep repeating this meditation, this exercise. Write down what it was that you experienced and see if you can pinpoint when your psychic senses were being activated and which ones felt more strong and which ones felt more familiar and easy to access and which ones didn't. I'm Kylie Savidge, Psychic. This has been a meditation to connect you with your psychic senses, the clairs, and I would love your feedback and comments on this. So get in touch with me and let me know how you went.